Dear friends, have you ever had a situation where that your flight was cancelled? Yes, of course, right? Maybe so many times. It was April 1st, 2022. One of my high school friends invited me to do a almsgiving ceremony in memory of his late wife. So he was in Las Vegas. Then we flew to Las Vegas. We did that ceremony. And in the evening, we did a meditation session with a group of people. So that group changed my perspective about Las Vegas. So they totally engaged with the meditation and they grasped all the teachings that I shared with them. And we had a wonderful meditation session. After the session, we checked our flight schedule. Then we learned our flight was delayed for 1 hour. After 1 hour, we checked our flight. Then we got to know our flight was cancelled. We were in a huge trouble. Why? Because next day morning, I had my first meditate with a monk in-person meditation session in Irvine, California. So at that time I was in California. Now we were stuck in Las Vegas. So normally in such a situation, it's so natural that negative emotions arise in our mind. Frustration arises, we get disappointed, we get angry with the airline. And in those moments, we are desperate to change that situation. We try to bend the reality. But our anger or frustration or sadness or any negative emotion cannot change that situation. Why? Because it's already happened. That moment is conditional. Our negative emotions cannot change that. So that's why in those moments, we need to accept that situation as it is. We need to understand it's already happened. I cannot change that. So I need to accept that moment. So if we accept it, so if we accept that situation, then it helps us to be patient. That understanding helps us to endure that situation. And also it helps us to have some equanimity at that moment. Then we can have a clear mind. When we have a clear mind, we can see many options in front of us. Otherwise, our mind becomes very narrow and we are desperate, we get angry and we try to change the situation, but we cannot do that. So in our life, always we have to face such situations. In our day-to-day life, every time we have to face such situation. So it could be a toxic work environment, or it could be that the things don't go in our way or our expectations don't meet. So in those moments, first we need to accept that moment. We need to understand This moment is conditional. It's already happened. My negative emotions cannot change that. Then we can be patient and we can endure that moment. And then we have the equanimity. Then we have a clear mind. Then we can think about a solution. Then we can see so many other options that we can take. So on that day, so my friend said, "Oh, Bante, you don't need to worry about this. I will drive you back to California." So then in the middle of the night, we were on the desert from Las Vegas to California. And then in the morning, we arrived at the monastery. I had a couple of hours to take a rest. Then we went to that meditation session in Irvine, California. Since then, we have done meditate with a monk meditation sessions in around about 10 states in the US. And also now we are going to do that meditate with a monk 90-minute session also in Winnipeg, Canada on 28th February. So I just wanted to tell you that there are moments in our life that things don't go in our way. In those moments, we need to accept it. Accepting the situation doesn't mean that we don't do anything to make situation good for us. First, we need to accept it. We need to accept the situation. We need to understand it. Because that understanding helps us to let go of our negative emotions. Then we can have a clear mind. Even if we cannot find a solution, still we can remain calm. That is the most important thing. So if we have that understanding, if we continue that practice, then always we can find peace in our life.